Now at 11, the Portland Metro in the middle of a heat wave. How local events are adjusting and keeping people cool.
We have water for free, we have water for sale.
Ample breaks, more water time.
I think if you're having fun with the music, it doesn't matter.
Plus, the extreme heat posing a challenge for firefighters trying to contain a large wildfire burning in Jefferson and Deschutes counties. And neighbors in Hillsborough rallying around a family that lost almost everything in a fire.
In an instant, these people's lives are changed forever now.
Thanks so much for joining us here at 11. I'm John Adams. For the second day in a row, we've seen temperatures soar near 100 degrees through the metro area. Across the region, we saw cooling centers open and water stations set up with outreach teams helping everyone stay cool. Well, here's a live look now over the Rose City. Things starting to finally cool down a little bit tonight, but we're right in the middle of this heat wave. Meteorologist Joe Ranieri is joining us now. Joe, how much longer are we going to see the serious heat?
Basically one more day. Now I have the weather impact alert up for tomorrow and into Monday, although Monday will be a little bit on the cooler side, and then we'll start to see our temperatures really slowly drop and maybe a slight chance for some showers by the later part of next week. But I want to focus on the heat, and right now, 11 o'clock at night, we're looking at a temperature of 80 degrees. We almost saw record-breaking temperatures for the second day in a row. We missed it by just a couple of degrees, but we were flirting with 100 degrees earlier this afternoon. There were a few locations that did see some new records fall near Vancouver and Hillsborough. They topped out at the triple-digit mark. But heat advisory is still in place along the coast range. That's that orange color. Meanwhile, the red color you see is an extreme heat warning that's in effect at least throughout the metro area until early Tuesday morning. You travel east, it's extended until the middle part of next week. So weather impact alert looks like this. Tomorrow and into Monday, it's going to be in place throughout the valley as well as the Columbia River Gorge and east. Possible record temperatures tomorrow. We can't stress it enough. We get plenty of water if you're going to be out and about. And Portland actually just got an updated. This was 100 degrees. So this was looking at a temperature of 100 degrees for the second day in a row. The last time we did that, John, was back in last July. July of 2024 was the last time we saw 2 days in a row with temperatures at 100 or better. And there's a few locations that could get to it tomorrow, but I think for the most part, we'll gradually cool off the next few days. I'll talk more about that in a few minutes.
All right, Joe, thank you. People definitely looking ahead to that cool down. Well, in Beaverton, several events adjusting to better deal with the heat, including a youth football jamboree that had to change the times of their games. Jake Holter brings us more from Sunset High.
So these games were moved up 4 hours from noon to 8 in the morning to avoid having the kids play in triple-digit heat. Sunset Youth Football's Tackle Jamboree starting much earlier than normal Saturday in order to finish before temperatures got too high.
So earlier in the week, we were looking at the weather, realized it was going to be a real warm day. We decided that we needed to compress the schedule, move it earlier in the morning.
Sunset Youth Football President Charles Carter says extra precautions are always taken when it gets hot, but this is the first time the Jamboree schedule has had to be changed.
Anytime it's in the mid-90s or above, we have to monitor that and make sure that the kids are safe. Ample breaks, more water time, anything we can do to avoid any kind of heat issues.
The coaches are really looking out for the safety of the boys.
Football parent John England glad the game started earlier.
It makes things cooler, safer for the kids to be playing the sports out here. No reason to take any unnecessary risks.
And that goes for the cheerleaders too, with their start time moved up from 1 to 10.
It was a little bit of a no-brainer for us. We want the kids to be healthy and happy, and moving it forward 3 hours was really no huge deal.
Across town, people at the Beaverton Music Festival also trying to beat the heat. From performers on stage.
You have a fan in front of you to kind of keep the cool air moving and a little bit of water.
To chefs cooking on the grill.
You know, when it gets too hot, we try to switch off. Hey, you do this roll, we'll do this roll. Take a little break here. Drink a lot of water, cold water.
Everyone is trying to stay cool. A local church even handing out free water and ice cream.
We just want to make sure that we are helping people stay safe and hydrated and having fun today.
Event organizer Florian Raqueño says if temperatures are forecasted to be 95 and above, the misters come out.
We bring those out whenever we need to, for sure. That is something that's so important just to help people stay cool.
Jake Holter, KGW News.
Well, it was mostly smiles in Seaside earlier today as runners fought through sweltering conditions to finish the 43rd Hood to Coast relay. Multnomah County officials do say 6 runners were hospitalized with heat-related symptoms. We were there as teams crossed the finish line.
3, 2, 1, away they go!
What started near Timberline Lodge on Mount Hood early Friday ended in Seaside on Saturday. The nearly 200 miles in between, a battle against oppressive heat.
It was hot, but we did awesome. It was kind of a grind with the heat, but we all made it, and everybody is injury-free, and so we're thankful for that.
The teams, made up of 8 to 12 runners, fought record-breaking temperatures in some spots along the route on Friday. The late August heat wave making the already difficult relay even tougher.
It's really hot. Yes, blazing.
I have sweat dripping down my butt crack right now. I'm getting ready to start my first leg.
Hood to Coast organizers provided plenty of water and had roving medical responders throughout the route due to the extreme heat. But once they crossed the finish line,
and enjoy the celebration and the achievement that you have done together.
Runners were able to reflect on a Hood to Coast that will surely be remembered.
It was great. The weather was super intense, but we all made it through. Nobody passed out, so we were good.
Here we are on the beach, and so it was a pretty great PTC this year.
Stick with KGW throughout the weekend for updates on the extreme heat and our weather impact alert. And you can watch the latest forecast anytime on KGW.com or our free TV app, KGW Plus. New tonight, firefighters in Vancouver were called to a brush fire earlier this evening. It happened alongside Northwest Fruit Valley Road near 69th Circle. It burned about 2 acres before firefighters were able to put it out. No word on any injuries or property damage. Well, the ongoing heat wave is part of what's giving firefighters trouble in getting the flat fire under control. Officials say the wildfire, which started burning Thursday in Jefferson County, has grown to about 18,000 acres. It's 0% contained. Crews worked overnight to protect homes and critical infrastructure. The state fire marshal's office says the initial response brought local, state, and federal agencies on scene. There are now level 3 go now evacuation notices in both Deschutes and Jefferson counties. The Highland Baptist Church in Redmond is serving as a temporary evacuation point at this time. And that was also the case for firefighters responding to an apartment fire in King City. This was the scene near Pacific Highway in southwest Beef Bend Road. The heat plus trouble accessing the apartment prompted firefighters to call for extra help. They were able to put out the fire without any injuries. The cause is under investigation. New developments tonight in the search for Travis Decker, the man accused of killing his 3 daughters in central Washington. The FBI will close the Rock Island campground near Leavenworth tomorrow. That's where the bodies of Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia Decker were found. The plan is to keep the area closed between Sunday and Wednesday. Here's where a former sheriff and law enforcement analyst has to say about this.
What that tells me is they know what they're looking for, or they have a good idea of where it is, and they can go in there, they can go to the area, they can get what they hope to find, maybe they will, maybe they won't, and get back out again.
Decker hasn't been seen since the killings of his daughters, but Urquhart does not believe the latest development is related to any sightings. An update today on a house fire in northwest Portland that happened on Friday. Portland police say they've arrested a 15-year-old boy on attempted murder and arson charges. Police say the boy was damaging his family's home with a hammer and refused to cooperate with officers. As they were about to leave, the boy left the home as the garage caught fire. After following the boy for about an hour, he gave himself up and was taken into custody peacefully. Vancouver police are asking for you to keep an eye out for a missing woman. Police say Nikki Coker went missing under suspicious circumstances and was last known to be with her estranged boyfriend, Israel Gonzalez. Now here's a photo of Gonzalez. Detectives with the domestic violence unit are investigating. If you see either one of them, call 911.
The house is very badly damaged. One of those things that I never thought I would see is the inside of a mostly burnt down house. It's a really tragic thing to see.
Neighbors of a Hillsborough family are asking for help after a deadly house fire. It happened last Saturday, early in the morning. Neighbors tell us the two people rescued from the fire were the homeowner and his father. Now, the father died in the hospital. The damage to the home is so bad, the homeowner, who is bedbound, lost nearly everything and has to stay in a hotel. We also spoke to someone who lives next to the family, and they set up a GoFundMe for them.
So people have stopped by and said, what can we do? How can we help? The community, within days, we had one day I was out talking to some neighbors and I counted 45 cars driving by, which is more than we've had on the street in 2 years.
The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Expect to see more police patrolling the streets this weekend. Officers are on the lookout for possible street takeovers after social media posts called on people to gather in southeast Portland. They warn drivers who get involved in an illegal takeover could lose their car permanently.